Hello everybody, it's Jolene here from Chi Lifestyle, and this is your love yes or no pick a card. Okay, so whatever your question is about your person, about your love life, maybe you don't have anyone and you want to know if you will meet someone soon, maybe you want to know if your soulmate's coming soon, whatever it is, your question has to have obviously a yes or no answer. I do have tarot cards on each pile and I will use those to guide me in your question. However, if you're just looking for the yes or no, then maybe you just skip to that part of the pile. Okay, so pile number one, this is your little Christmas tag. Okay, so that's your Christmas tag for pile number one. For pile number two, this is the Christmas tag. Pile number three, this is your Christmas tag. And pile number four, that's your Christmas tag. Okay, so, you know, you may be wanting a yes, you may be wanting a no, you may be even asking, you know, will he cheat on me or does he not love me or I don't know, whatever it is. Think about your question, think about your person. If you have more than one person, maybe ask a question per pile, you know. Try not to ask more than one pile. Go to more than one pile for one question though, because unless the situation does not sound anything like the situation you're talking about, then by all means come back here and decide which pile jumps out to you. Okay, so again, you might just continuously go for the same pile, or you just, you like one of these pictures more than others. So again, think about your question, think about your person, and I am going to start with pile number one. Hello and welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number one. This is your Christmas card. Let's get into your reading. Okay, so we have got the Tower. We have got Nine of Cups. We have got Justice. We have got Ten of Swords. And we have got Four of Pentacles. Okay, put those there. Okay, so before I get into your yes or no, let me try and assess your current situation. Okay, so for a lot of you, you've had what's called the Tower moment. Okay, so the Tower moment can represent different things in different people's life, okay? It's up to you to decide whether this resonates with you or not. Okay, so for some, the Tower moment represents your whole world has fallen apart, okay? So as you can see, these people, if you are new to tarot, these people are literally jumping out of a building that's caught on fire, okay? Lightning has struck a building, it's now caught on fire, and now they're jumping out of the towers. Okay, now again, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as the card says, because for some of you it's just you have had change that maybe you didn't really want to make, but unfortunately you've realized you've had to make this change. Okay, for others this is purely having that lightning bolt moment. So waking up one day and going, you know what, wow, I've had an epiphany, I know what I need to do, I know where I need to go, and boom, change starts to happen. Okay, the Nine of Cups, you are going after your wish fulfillment. So you've kind of maybe had this realization that what you thought was your wish fulfillment may not have been, and that's maybe your wow Tower moment. Or you've kind of woken up one day and gone, oh gosh, this person that you're thinking about right now, or this question that you're asking, really and truly is your wish fulfillment. Okay, with the Justice card here, okay, so you may have been going through a divorce, the justice, a legal situation, but, when it comes to love, it's the only thing I can think of is that maybe there's legal proceedings behind this situation. But for those of you that's got nothing to do with that, this is about getting what you just deserve. Okay, so if you have been going through a lot of heartache and you've gone through a shitty year and you really have not been in the best place when it comes to relationships, this Justice card is to tell you that you are now getting what you actually deserve, okay? And generally, I believe that it's your wish fulfillment is what you deserve, and we'll get onto the yes or no's now, okay? With the Ten of Swords, okay, so clearly the situation has been very worrying for you. You may have had sleepless nights. You, again, may have been dealing with some endings, and maybe you realized through these endings that, have I really, messed something up? Maybe you waking up to the realization or the worry about this person. Maybe it's, well, is this person really my wish fulfillment? Is this person not my wish fulfillment? And as I said, I'll get to your yes or no's now. But I think this has caused a lot of worry and a lot of anxiety. Maybe you feel like you've missed out on this opportunity, or you're worried you've missed out on this opportunity because, maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, you're having sleepless nights, worried about this situation. Okay, so it's got to do with your love life, your worries, or whatever it is. But you want to hold on, okay? You don't want to let this person go. At the end of the day, I think as much as you're scared, as much as you're worried, as much as you're not too sure whether this is the right thing or wrong thing, I really feel with the Four of Coins that you are holding on to this person, okay? I think, again, you really do believe this person is your wish fulfillment and you don't want to let them go. Okay, so let's get into your yes or no. Okay, so I like to lay these out. Sorry, I like to, these don't do reversals, so I'm just, okay, right. Sorry, just bringing this out a little bit. Okay, so, right. Okay, so, yes, there was, okay, so maybe this is why you've come here. There has been a breakdown in miscommunication. There might have been a breakup between the two of you. There may have been a fight and a kind of separation. I'm getting a separation for some way, or for maybe you guys are not talking, and that's why you're a little bit stressed because you feel like you need to make things right. You need to balance the situation. With the Justice card there again, now it's, the situation needs more balance. It needs a kind of like a redo. I'm not too sure if that makes any sense or not, but whatever it was, maybe you had to withdraw in order to see the truth of the situation, and now I get the feeling that you possibly are seeing the truth, and that your tower moment has come in to show you, the truth. You might have been praying and saying, angels, I need a bit of a sign, and now you've maybe been given a sign. Okay, because again, you've got the guarding, you've got the honing in, you've got the holding on. Okay, so for some of you, it may have been a financial situation that's maybe caused a bit of a breakdown in communication. I'm not really too sure, but whatever it is, I think you've got the Six of Cups, which is that of balancing out the situation. With the Justice card there, again, it's another, it's balancing the scales, making things right is what this is saying to me, okay? You're now going to, defend yourself, stand up for your viewpoints, and I think you are about to leave a situation that wasn't good for you, and you are now going to go directly towards your wish fulfillment. Because with the Ten of Cups here, we have got family, love, emotional fulfillment, okay? I think you are someone who maybe is quite happy, financially, and you're happy to be alone, but I think you really wanting more. You're wanting more with your life, and I think you're just having this aha moment of, OMG, I need to go after my person, or I need to get my person back, okay? I need to get my wish fulfillment back in either which way, okay? As far as a yes or no is concerned, I would say this as a yes, okay? I really believe that you need to get out of your head. I really believe that you need to, you've had the tower moment. I think you know in your heart the truth of the situation. You're holding on to someone that you know that you, in your heart of hearts, is going to be a wish fulfillment. You know that this person, someone you can have a family with. This is a person you can marry. And this is a person you can have a lot of happy fulfillments. This is emotionally fulfilling. Okay? And so you need to get out of your head and go with it as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not too sure exactly what your question is, but yes, I think this is a definite yes. You need to make a move or, contact them and just say, you know what, whatever's happened, can we sit down, can we chat, and allow the situation to get better. If you cannot chat for whatever reason, maybe they've blocked you, then you just have to maybe just be patient. But if the question is, does this person love you, the answer is definitely a yes. Whatever your question is, pile number one, it's a yes. Okay, so I hope that's the reading you're wanting. I hope that makes sense, and I will now be moving on to pile number two. Hello and welcome to those who have chosen pile number two. So this is the happy holiday card. Okay, I'll get into your tarot and then we will look at the yes or no. Okay. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit so you can see it gets a better view of the cards. Right, so pile number two. Okay, so your situation, whatever it is with the person you're thinking about, I think it's quite a loving situation, or it's a very caring situation. It is one that you may feel is fairly compassionate. So either you're very compassionate towards them or they are very compassionate towards you. There's a lot of sympathy towards each other. This is a card of definitely caring. So if you're asking if your person cares about you, then this is definitely a yes. There are definitely feelings here, okay? You may be worried whether these are perhaps someone who's fair and honest and nurturing, or you may be asking about whether there's, perhaps secretive. And we'll get into obviously all of that now, okay? I think you feel that there's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of struggle in this relationship, okay? There's a lot of clash there's guys are clashing with the one, so it's like no one's really listening. There's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of competition. There may be a love rival. I certainly, if there is, you will know about it, so I'm not giving you information you don't know. But you feel like it's a constant battle, maybe. You may feel like, the situation is quite an exhausting struggle, okay? With the Fool in reverse here, this is saying to me that maybe there's a bit of either you want to make a bit of a rash decision or your person is making a bit of a rash decision, but this is a card of not thinking things through. Okay, so the Fool upright is about a new beginning. It's about a new start, a new chapter, innocence, being naive and taking a chance and taking risks. But in reverse, it's saying that be careful when taking a chance right now. Okay, so maybe there's still more you need to learn about this person, or maybe there's still more you need to learn about the relationship before you actually make a decision. There's just a need to really think things through a little bit more at the moment. So again, I'm not really too sure, what is happening with you and this person, but I think there's just a little bit more time that's needed, before you get the answers, okay? However, the situation at the moment, either you are judging the situation quite harshly, or your person maybe have quite a harsh, or they may appear quite harsh. Like maybe their character is quite harsh, or even possibly cold and calculating. there may be a bit of bitterness, a bit of cruelty in the situation. Someone's refusing to take their actions into account, and which is preventing things from just being straightforward. Okay, so take whatever resonates. If this is possibly either you, or this is the person that you're inquiring about. Okay. So maybe that's why, maybe there's just, I don't know, there's something that still needs to be learned from the situation. And with the High Priestess there, that tells me that it's majority of the time, if you go within, you'll have the answers. Okay, so take your time. Try not to be too harsh. Try not to judge the situation too much. I mean, I'm going to get into the yes or no's right now, but I really believe that maybe you need to think this through. You need to really go within your intuition and consider all angles before you make a harsh or rash decision. Okay. So this was quite a meaningful, deep connection. There's been maybe some kind of delays in the relationship. You felt like you've done all you can. There's a period of rest here, recuperation. Again, we've got the Five of Swords, which is, you feel defeated, or your person feels defeated. You feel like there's bullying, or, someone's maybe perhaps walking away from the relationship. This person definitely felt like a soulmate to you. Maybe it's possibly someone from your past, or, there was, like I said, there was possibility, not for all. Some of you feel like you're dealing with someone from their past, or they're still dealing with someone from their past. Again, okay, so there's a lot of choices here. Either you making choices or your person's making choices. Communication's going to happen. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of mental breakdown at the moment. Okay. We've got another Queen of Swords here as well. Okay, so when it comes to the yes or no's, and I mean, I'm not really too sure what your question might be here. So you might want this to be a no. This might be a no that you need to hear for now. So maybe if you're asking, what, should I leave this relationship? Should I walk away? Should I leave? Then the answer is a no. Okay. Again, this is not a time for you to make any kind of rash decisions. Yes, things might be cold and confusing, and there may be a lot of struggle in this love situation. But if your question is, should I walk away? Then the answer is no. The answer is no either which way, so it's up to you to decide. But the High Priestess here, they're really asking you to go within and really use your intuition here, because there's definitely more negative cards. There is a need of depression. There is there is a need of communication. There is a need of taking action, and I think action will be taken eventually. But I think you need to really go within and ask the questions that need to be answered first before you make a final decision. But as again, I'm not really too sure what your question is, but your answer is a no, unfortunately. Okay, and it might be the question you may be needing. Maybe your question is, should I leave the relationship? And then, then it's a no. It's not the time. You need to give it more time. If you're asking if the relationship's going to work out, I think it's also possibly a no, because of the fact that, there's a lot of anxieties and endings and depression and stuff like that. But again, please take whatever resonates, and use your intuition first. Don't just take this as a final answer. Give it more time, and then you will be able to decide. Okay, pile number 2. I'm not too sure if that's the questions or answers you were wanting, but either which way, that is your reading. I'm now going on to pile number 3. Hi, welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 3, which is this Christmas card. Okay, this is your reading. Let me get into your tarot cards first, and then we'll go through the rest. Right, so we start off with the Page of Wands, 6 of Cups. I'll bring these here. Don't know if this is going to make much of a difference. 5 of Swords. Okay, we have the World card, and finally the Knight of Cups. Okay, so right. Okay, so not really too sure what your question is, but the Page of Wands, there's definitely this feeling that this relationship has a lot of potential. Okay, I think it's perhaps something that you're manifesting, or something that you still trying to make a decision on. But it's definitely one that's positive. It might be something you want to start. It may be just the new beginning. But I definitely see this as something positive. It may feel like it's something new. Maybe it's good news is coming your way. Pile number one, maybe your person, if you haven't heard anything from them, then could be a very good sign that perhaps something new is about to start with this situation, okay? And, no need to be discouraged, because I think this is a very positive card and a very encouraging card, okay? So the expectations for the relationship is that of perhaps this person is a soulmate. They definitely feel like a soulmate or a soul partner. This is possibly a reconciliation card for some of you. So just for some, you may be, expecting a reconciliation between you and someone else. Could be someone from your past, or if not, then this is just that feeling of this is someone from your soul group or your soul partner, okay? There is a possibility, of a little bit of struggle here in the relationship. So, people automatically assume that if you're with your soulmate or with your twin flame or whatever, that things are just going to be smooth sailing, okay? No, it's not necessarily. There's a lot of sometimes conflict that happens in these situations, okay? There may be some fighting, there could be struggle, there could be, one person winning at in order to win. So just have a look at that, just to make sure that you guys learn to communicate, and just think of words are like a sword, or words are like a knife. They can be quite cutting and sharp. So think about that, when you guys have arguments, whether it's worth, having a sharp tongue perhaps, okay? Maybe your partner's the person who has the sharp tongue, I don't know, but this is, winning at all costs. As you can see, this guy's kind of got all the swords, and someone's walking away and someone else is crying in the background, and he's like, well, hoo-hoo, I've won, but actually it hurts the other person. So just be aware of that, okay? It's not a bad card, but it's still just to be aware of someone being hurt in the situation, okay? We have got the World card there, so that is telling me that something in your life is coming to a full circle, and you've now completed a cycle, and now you're ready to start anew. And that could very well be the conflict. It might be the fact that you may be walking away from one partner and ending one relationship and going to a new one, or your partner may be ending a old relationship and walking into a new one. So just be aware of whatever the circumstances are, that there just could be someone might be hurt in this situation, okay? Again, nothing that I would, be really concerned about. It's just be aware that it's there, okay? And with the Knight of Cups, then yes, this is definitely a message coming in for you. This is the Knight is that of a messenger. This is someone who, they're gentle, they're calm, they don't rush. This person has a lot of strength, a lot of power, a lot of positive energies, quite emotional, intellectual person, okay? They might be quite romantic, quite poetic, and they're going to gently approach you, or definitely come and bring you a message. Okay, so we start off with some good news coming, and the Knight of Cups could very much be a possible water sign for some of you. But yes, I definitely see this situation being quite positive, and a new cycle beginning, whether it's a new relationship or a reconciliation with someone. This is a new beginning in love, okay? So if you're asking about whether your person, if you're going to get back together with someone, I think this is a positive sign that the answer is yes. But I will get into your yes or no's now. But I do see this as quite a positive one. If not, then maybe you're going to meet a soulmate, and it's going to be a beginning. Either which way, you're cycling out some old in order to bring about a positive, happy, new, loving situation. Okay. Right, so let me get into these cards. Okay, so flash of insight, new realization, soulmate. What did I say? Soulmate on top of soulmate, definitely a soulmate connection. this is a one that you guys, work together as a team. You could move in with this person. This is the 11-11, so this is not only soulmate but also a twin flame relationship. Twin flames, you may have been moving past or going, clearing out one cycle in order to begin a new one, and you're going to be leaving your baggage hopefully in the past. It's left you a little bit, with a little bit of grief, a little bit of loss, a little bit of depression. There may have been some kind of betrayal, perhaps. I'm not saying if it's this person exactly. This could just be self-sabotage, or maybe you've had some kind of betrayal in the past, which is why maybe you're still feeling a little bit sad. But this is the cycled out energy, okay? And because of the sadness or whatever loss this was that you perhaps have had in the past, it may make you really be all in your head a little bit. But we have wish fulfillment here. We have family inheritance, happy families, happy life, happy future. We do have a charmer, a leader, and a businessman, motherly home woman. Okay. So as far as it being a yes or no, this is a yes. Okay, so whatever your question is this person your soulmate or your twin flame? The answer is yes. Okay. There may be, like I say, there may possibly be a little bit of conflict. Twin flames, I actually read a fantastic article about twin flame connections, which is quite interesting because twin flames are not as simple. People always think, well, the minute I meet my twin flame or the minute I meet my soul partner, everything just goes smoothly. No, not necessarily. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes there's a lot of breakups before you can come into union and get married. So don't be despondent if this relationship has had a few bumps in the road. It's pretty normal. And, moving forward, I see this as a very positive relationship and positive card. I believe this is your soulmate. I do believe this is a wish fulfillment. And I do believe you guys will be happy. Okay. So this is a yes, pile number 3. I don't think there's anything else to say on this pile. And I'm going to now go into pile number 4. Welcome to those of you who have chosen pile number 4. This is your Christmas card. I will get into your reading. Right, we'll get into the tarot cards first. The Empress. I'm just going to put this here so you can see it a little better. Temperance card. 4 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Cups. And I actually got an additional card for you, so I'm going to put them underneath each other. So we've got the Moon and we have got the 3 of Swords. So that's quite an interesting one. Okay, so this situation may, it's quite a nurturing situation. This, with the Empress there in the beginning, and I kind of pushed it to the side, so I'll bring it here. The Empress is very much about the motherly figure. She is the queen of her land. She's abundant. This is the card of harvest. It's the card of pregnancy. It's the card of basically having abundant new beginnings. So, your situation may have been quite new and, it's starting or birthing a new situation. Okay. It may have felt very nurturing and it may have felt very motherly, for example. For some of you, maybe you have been, if you're the female in the relationship, maybe you came across as very nurturing and very motherly towards this person, okay? And, you really felt good about this situation. With the Temperance card there, it felt like there was a lot of flow. It felt like there was, emotions were good and there was a good positive of, there was a good amount of give and take in the relationship. Things were fairly balanced. You felt like you maybe perhaps were being quite patient with this person and things were going at a fairly good pace, okay? However, with the 4 of Wands in reverse, this is the 11-11 card and the Twin Flame card, and it's in reverse, which, it doesn't mean that it's a terrible card. It just means that there's been a few cracks in the situation. So parts of the relationship that were quite good have kind of turned on their head. You might find that the communication is lacking, the stability in the relationship is lacking. You're worried that this is going to lead to failure. You're feeling a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of tension. It's not really, it's lacking in fulfillment. And that's how you're feeling at the moment, okay? However, with the Two of Cups, it's saying to me that, there's a possibility of a soulmate. Now, what people need to understand is that while a soulmate may be a life partner, it's not always the case. Sometimes people come into your life in order to teach you lessons, okay? So this could just say to you that there's still a possibility here, okay? You need to see this as a situation where there's something you need to learn. There may need to be a whole lot more of harmony brought into the situation. Maybe you guys need to sit down and talk, have a stronger discussion on the situation. There may be, how can you cooperate with each other? How can you actually bring about change in the situation in order to bring it back on track, okay? With the Moon card and the Three of Swords, that talks a lot about confusion. It talks a lot about the unknown. It talks a lot about mystery. It also talks a lot about deep emotions. And right now, you or your person is really, with the Three of Swords, really heartbroken. So I think there's a lot of confusion around this relationship, and I think you don't really know what to do. Okay, so we'll go on to the yes or no's. Okay, so we have got your passionate affair, life-changing, balancing, juggling time, juggling money, celebration, and we've got the emotional stability, possibly ignoring the positives, not wanting to take an offer from this person, not wanting to take or accept offers from this person, or them not wanting to accept offers from you. It's a bit early, when I don't complete a pack, and if you're new to my channel, then these are my yes or no cards. So what I do is I generally have 4 piles, and the ones that don't complete, I kind of believe that it's because there's still more to come. It's not time to give a yes or no yet, okay? There's still potential in the relationship. Yes, things may be confusing, and yes, you may feel very heartbroken right now, or your person may be very heartbroken. You may feel like you've lost, you may feel like it's over, but I think there's still time, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that it can be a yes or a no yet. I still think that there's more to learn. You don't want to do things, make a rash decision. I think you just need to give it some time. Maybe, like I said, maybe you're offering your cup of love to your person and your person's not accepting it, or you don't feel like they're accepting. Maybe they're trying to give you something and you're not accepting it. I think it just needs a little bit more time before you make a decision or get an answer here, unfortunately. I think it's still early days, is all I'm trying to say. Okay, so give it more time. Maybe come back and ask a question later on if you're still very confused. Maybe wait until the new year, but try and see if you can communicate, try and see if you can cooperate, try and see if your person's willing to figure out what is actually wrong before you decide an answer to whatever your question is, pile number 4. I wish I could give you more answers, but you know what, let me pull a Whispers of Oracle Love card for you. I haven't really pulled them for the other ones, but the other ones were a little bit more clear cut. This one's a little bit more difficult. So please help me with pile number 4. What do pile number 4 need to know about their loving situation? The union of hearts. Okay, so the love connection defies explanation. So again, as I said, there's a possibility that you guys may still be soulmates. It just may need more time. And you just, again, need to, actions speak louder than words. Okay, and so maybe your person, needs to know how you feel. They need to understand then whatever they're doing, it's not actually benefiting you at the moment. Okay, and maybe you need them to do more actions, or maybe they need you to do more actions. I just don't feel that this is a no. I feel like it's early days. I do think that with the 3 red cards here, that it's actually more leading to a yes. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that's what I have for you, pile number 4. Hopefully this answers your question in some way or form. Please let me know down below and comment, and I will chat to you soon.